Lando Norris does not believe the new technical regulation regarding the slot gap on the rear wing will have any impact whatsoever on McLaren. Norris claims no adjustments will have to be made on the MCL 39 at all to abide by the new rule, which many believed was aimed at McLaren specifically. Welcome back to a new GP Fans News video. If you like our content, please consider subscribing to the channel down below and leave a like as well. It helps us out a lot. We explained the new rule regarding the rear wings in more detail in Tuesday's news videos, so check those out if you want more info. But the short version is that the slot gap between the top and bottom half of the rear wing can now only be half a millimeter, where it used to be 2 millimeters until last weekend. The FIA still saw some cars benefiting from what has been dubbed as mini-DRS, which is why the new rule was introduced. While many believe McLaren will fall victim to this, Norris has countered by saying it actually won't have any impact at all. Quote, "We do not have to change anything, ours is fine. In fact, ours is probably too good and we are probably not pushing the limits enough, honestly. If this technical directive was applied for last weekend, we'd also be fine." So it's not directed at us, it seems. It's directed at all the other teams, which probably means that we need to push it a little bit more. Zak Brown said in Australia that Yuki Tsunoda should have been the one driving for Red Bull this year. Liam Lawson, the driver who did get promoted from VCARB, has responded to this dig from the McLaren CEO. Brown said the following on Saturday in Melbourne when Tsunoda qualified in P5, where Lawson was eliminated in Q1. Quote, "Yuki did a great job. He is probably the guy who should be in the Red Bull if you look at how he's performed, but they seem to make some strange driver choices from time to time." Ahead of the Chinese Grand Prix, Lawson was quizzed about this dig from Brown, but the Kiwi didn't give it too much thought as he looks to bounce back in Shanghai. Quote, "I couldn't care less what Zach says, to be honest. I haven't spoken to him, I don't really think, ever, and I haven't read any social media for the last 2 weeks. It's important to have a good weekend because obviously that's what we're here to do. I don't think after one race we can go into a spiral, but obviously we all have high expectations anyway. Melbourne was below mine personally, obviously, so we're just looking to have a good weekend." Lewis Hamilton believes the tension between himself and his new race engineer, Riccardo Adami, has been greatly exaggerated. Hamilton pointed to his rival, Max Verstappen, saying he verbally abuses his team, something the 7-time champion did not do with Adami. During the Australian Grand Prix broadcast, many back and forths between Hamilton and Adami were heard, including the 40-year-old asking his race engineer to leave him to it and not repeat information frequently over the radio. This was seen as tension between the pair in the media, but Hamilton has shut this down instantly. Naturally, everyone over-egged. It was literally just a back and forth. Go and listen to the radio calls with others and their engineers. Far worse. The conversation that Max has with an engineer over the years, the abuse that the poor guy's taken, and you never write about it, but you wrote about the smallest little discussion I had with mine. Well, that's it from me. Enjoy the Chinese Grand Prix weekend, and I'll be back after to pick through the rubble. See you then, and thank you so much for watching.